Okay, and we are recording. So my name is Emily McAllister,
We're Rebecca Freeman.
and this is going to be our podcast project. So I will begin. I have some slides that I want to show you. So I will share my screen. Okay, and I guess you can see my screen now, right?
We can see the desktop.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
here I have my slides, and then I will, for the grand finale, show the app that I used. So it is called Padlet, and I do have experience with this. I learned about it this year actually, and I use it for a class, for my English class. So there's their cute little logo. So what exactly is it? So it's an ed tech tool, it's a program, it's an app. So it lets students, they can create, they can collab, and it allows them to interact online. It's really, really cool. And I can explain some more. So you can comment, you can reply, you can post things. So that's just a number of things that you're able to do on this app. And so important info, age group, and cost. So they say that they would prefer about 13 years old and below. But I mean, I am almost 23 and I'm a student. I attend a college and I use it a lot. So it doesn't really matter what age exactly, just as long as the audience is mature enough. So how much? So it's free to sign up. But if you make more than 3 Padlets, you're going to have to commit to a subscription. So it can be by the month, it can be by the year. And then if you are an instructor, you can get a free trial for 1 whole month. And then after that, it's going to be about $10 per month. So that's just how it works as far as cost goes. So moving on, is it diverse? So like special ed, students who need extra help, things like that. So because it is a clean slate and you are able to really use it how you want, it like starts you from scratch. It's great for a wide range because you start it from scratch and it's up to the instructor for how they want to pursue that, and they can kind of go by the needs of the students. So moving on, so the frameworks, I would say PickRat, it falls under this app a lot. So it's creative, it amplifies, so CA, and also IA, which is again the amplifies as well as interactive. So it really helps the students to amplify their education, and it's a very creative way to learn and to grow. And then ISTE standards, so the students, they learn and they are empowered throughout this process. So they can think, they can create, and it can be a lot of fun. SAMR and then TPAC. I don't think, oh, sorry about that. Let's get back there. I don't think they really apply because those two things, those areas, they more replace, while Padlet tends to more enhance. So they're not really replacing activities, it's just adding to them. And then this is how I would rate Padlet, this app. So if I had 3 thumbs, let's say 3 thumbs up. But the positives and then the cons. So I don't think it's too complicated. It's fairly easy to learn and it's pretty well organized, but at the same time, it can get unorganized very fast. It depends on how you use it, and you really want to organize it well. You want things to flow. And I think that it's a lot of fun. You also do really have to scroll, so it doesn't really show every page one after the other. There's one page and then you scroll throughout, and I can explain that more as soon as I show you the example. But other than that, I really do enjoy it. I think it's really cool. It's a really fun idea. Now, some other people, I have these 2 reviews, so we'll go here first. Engagement, 4 out of 5 stars. This is a thought from someone, and just to paraphrase, they think it is a cut above the rest. The students can interact. It's a really good thing, and they might even pursue it outside of school. So I thought that was really interesting, and I am also interested in I think I'm going to use it outside of school as well. I think that I want to try this on my own for, I'm not sure what, but I would love to try it. And then engage activity. So more along the lines of interaction, same thing. It encourages students to interact so they can talk to each other. It's a great platform to use. And then as an instructor, you're also able to assess and track the students and if they're understanding the concepts or not. And then just a few things to wrap up. So the creator of Padlet, I think this is how you pronounce his name, Nitesh Goel, I'm not sure. So he was the founder, he's the CEO, and he calls it the easiest way to put stuff on the web. So again, it isn't too complex to use, I don't think, at least in my personal experience. And then just a fun fact, it was founded in '08, several years ago. And then their logo again, kind of cute. And so I will show you my Padlet. I'll pull that up. So it's for my intro to lit class, a class that I enjoy a lot. And I adore the Padlet. I think it's really fun to use. So I will just go there. Let's see if I can, there we go. Go here. All right, so here's my example, and this is my instructor. By the way, this is Bro Grant. So as you can see, you will have to scroll. So it starts with this main page. So for an example, these are the assessments that I do for each class. So then you have the topic and your paragraph, whatever you want to say. And it's really easy to add. All you do is add this plus sign. So you can scroll down, you can see all of your comments and ideas. And then you're just going to add another one. You do a title, you write your blurb, and then if you don't want to add anything, if that was a mistake to add, you just click off of it just like that. So then we have other topics for my class. Your instructor has access to your page, and there is also a class page that we have. However, here is mine, and it's only mine. So the other students in my class, my peers, they are not able to see it. It's just more between my instructor and myself. So it's fairly easy to use, and it's a lot of fun, and I have enjoyed it a lot. So we'll just go back to this. And I guess I'm the interviewee, so my interviewer, do you have any questions for me?
So you had said that they suggest that it's 13 and under, but you use it as a college student. Why do you think they suggested it for a younger middle school and elementary?
I think that it's a platform that is a great start. I think that it can introduce other apps. I don't think that it's too complicated, and I think that students, they won't fear this online tech tool because again, it isn't too hard to use.
Okay. Um, what is your top pro to using it, and what's your top con or your lowest con?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to use. However, the scrolling can be hard. So I wish that you were able to more easily find each of your posts. I think that could be a good add in if they were to change that. I think that it would really help. Like if you're able to search for a specific thing, like if you put in a keyword, I think that that would help you to find your assignments. But I think the huge pro is that it's not too hard to use at all.
Um, and you've only used as a student, but do you know if teachers, if there's a way to like track um, the students' progress or?
Yeah, so my instructor, he's able to view my individual page, and he's able to do that for everyone in the class. I'm not too sure how that works, how he has access. I'm assuming that it's through the link, my page link. I think that it's a really good idea for the instructors to use this app because everybody has their own page, and it's very, very interesting and cool.
And that is all the questions I have.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And I will, let's see, cancel sharing somehow. Stop share. Okay, perfect. Okay, and now if
Okay,
to go ahead.
so you have to allow me to screen share. Okay. Go. Just 1 second. There we go. Okay, so we ended up using the same presentation style. So my app is Smiling Mind, which is a mindful meditation app. It's Australian based. So over here, this is the website, this is the dashboard. So you sign in up over here, and then you're put into your dashboard. It has how much you've done and how long you've been doing it. You can go over to My Programs, and it has all the different programs that you've started. And if you go over to the All Programs, so it has a bunch of different categories. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the classroom one. So they have meditation things specifically for teachers, and then they have all the way from 1st to 12th grade. So if we go in and look at the 3rd grade one, so they have it split up into into 20 weeks. So in each week they have a learn thing, which is basically just a slide presentation that the teacher goes through with the class, and they do questions and stuff. So this first one, so it has the purpose, and what the week is going to be about. And then, so then there's a question that you ask the students, and you kind of start a discussion on that. So this one is, what is mindfulness? And then here's some other discussion points. So that would be like, you do that on Monday, and then this would be like for Tuesday. So do this, and then let me know if you can hear it. So it's a meditation, mindful activity, and they all sound Australian because it's Australian based. So you go through that. It's about a 6-minute thing. You just kind of go through. Close it. And then the last one, a debrief, is I was just doing this like on Friday, and it's kind of a discussion afterwards of the mindfulness activity. So it asks, like, were you able to focus on it, on your breathing? Did you think of other things while doing this? How did you feel? Yeah. So there's that. And then as well, there's also, go back. So if you go to kids, they have additionally the home practice ones for each week. So if we go in, and we were looking at the bubble journey one. So if you go in and they have it as well that they can access at home. So you do kind of a evaluation of how you feel. And then you do the same one as in the classroom. So use this out. That's pretty much it for in classroom. They have a bunch of other, for adult youth, they have a lot of sleeping ones at work, and just kind of focusing on mindfulness. And then they have all the way from 1st to 12th grade. So this is like their middle school one. But then as well, they have the together talk and discussion, and then the mindful meditation, and then a activity to do at home is how the upper grades are set up. So some reviews of it is, this is a AP psychology teacher, and she used it in her classroom. And so she used it in addition, because she was teaching psychology, to kind of explain emotional behavioral stuff, and how it can help with that. She gave it an overall of a 3-star because she didn't really find that it would be useful. She couldn't really see that it was useful in other classroom situations. So that's why she had given it only a 3. Well, this one is a teacher that works in a social emotional class with severe needs students. So she uses it with a specific student to help them calm down and to de-escalate situations. And she gave it a 5-star. Yeah. And I go back over here. So I use the EEE evaluation chart. So first one is this, the technology allows students to focus on the assignment, activity, or goals with less distraction. So I would say yes for this, because the purpose of it is to kind of focus everyone and get them kind of on task. And next one is the technology motivates students to start the learning process. So I also rated it a 2, because again, that it's to focus the students to clear their minds of other stuff. Like if you use it like after recess or lunch, then it kind of just brings them all back and ready to learn in the classroom. This technology causes a shift in the behavior of the students, where they move from passive to active social learners through co-use or co-engagement. I gave it a 1 because it's not entirely a kind of interactive thing. It's more of a personal focusing on self. So it's kind of more of a passive tool. Next is the enhancement of learning goals. So this technology tool allows students to develop or demonstrate a more sophisticated understanding of the learning goals or content using higher order thinking skills. I gave it a 1 as well, because it just doesn't, it kind of, but doesn't really, it's not very for a specific thing. It's kind of more general and it's not really higher order thinking. But it does help with the focus and so that students are able to use higher order thinking in their other assignments. Is the technology creates supports to make it easier to understand concepts or ideas. Again, it's a 1 because it puts the students in the right mindset to be able to learn. And then technology creates paths for students to demonstrate their understanding of the learning goals in a way that they cannot do with traditional tools. I gave that a 0 because it's not meant to be like a specific subject area thing. So it's not really a demonstrating your understanding of your goals. And extending the learning goals. The first one is the technology creates opportunities for students to learn outside of their typical school day. I would put it up at a 2 because it because it can be used at home and in other settings. It has a bunch of different meditations. Technology creates a bridge between students, school learning, and their everyday life experiences. So again, because it has a bunch of different meditations for, like I said, sleep, and for there's, I think, a public speaking one. And so it just kind of helps with a bunch of different areas. And the technology allows students to build authentic life soft skills, which they can use in their everyday lives. So one of the more prominent things about mindful meditation in general is that you can use it anytime you need to, and it can help you with basically everything. So I gave that the 2 as well. So my total evaluation was 13 out of 18, which is still in the top one, is exceptional connection between learning goals and tool. So any questions?
Yeah, I thought that was really awesome and really interesting. So thank you. And I did think of 3 questions. So my first is this: do you think that in the future you would want to use this for your future classroom?
Yes, I would definitely want to use this in my future classroom. I've found personally that like the mindful meditation stuff helps. So I would definitely use it, especially like I was saying, like after recess or lunch to get them all focused back into learning mode.
Okay, and then another question. So, what age group or grade do you think is probably the best for this specific app?
Um, I would say I'm not sure. I think they do have programs from first grade to 12th grade. So I think it would be helpful for all, but again, it depends on, it might be harder to use with high school students because They may think that it's some other weird hippie meditation stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be easier to use in elementary school, but I think it's helpful for everyone.
Right. Okay. And then my final question, if you could change anything about this app, what do you think that would be?
Um, I think the dashboard is a little could be a bit better. And because it just kind of up next and last session, they're kind of all different various things. So I think maybe like getting rid of this little thing. And that's kind of all.
Okay, great. I can't think of anything else to add. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's all.
Okay, great. I think we can stop recording now. And yeah, that was our project. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
bye.